Hi, and welcome to the Packer TV. I'm Dean Cooper.
And I'm Tamara Furlansky. The Packer TV is your source for the latest news on produce.
And even though Fresh Summit may be all said and done, our coverage from the conference is far from over.
That's right. Today we'll take a closer look at the fresh new products from the PMA convention.
Here's what else is on the show.
The details of the new Alliance for Food and Farming app.
South Africa's citrus imports grow. We'll tell you by how much.
And we have the latest on the Nogales, Arizona port of entry construction. Many new products and marketing programs are rolling out after being introduced to attendees at PMA's Fresh Summit 2010. Here's a quick look at some of them.
We've got honey spice apple that we're kind of introducing to a few people as we roll forward. It's a new variety of apple that will have some nationwide production here in the next few years on. We are also introducing a new cherry here called the Arondo Ruby, which is a new SKU, a third SKU in the cherry department. So we're very excited about those two items.
Well, this is our 16th year being at the PMA, and we're really excited this year to launch the announcement of our year-round onion program. We've started our company in Chile doing Chilean sweet onions for sale in January and February, but now we've expanded into other growing regions and have availability all year round for sweet onions, both in the United States and in Europe.
This new melon actually represents a great advance in the internal quality of typical honeydew in that it's much more compact, it's much more dense. The exterior dimension has been deliberately reduced so that it actually fits in a refrigerator easier. That also allows this melon to be express a much better eating quality because it has a higher Brix level, higher sugar level. It just is a fantastic improvement.
We're also featuring a new product from Rosemont Farms I've been sampling all week, and that's our Sugar Snap Pea Snack Pack. And that comes with either a ranch dip or a hummus dip. And so great on-the-go snack item, and really something that we're just launching out here at PMA Fresh Summit.
The apple pear bin is actually brand new to Kingsburg this year. It just came out, and basically what we're trying to do is make the apple pear more mainstream and just get it with the regular apples. Basically, it's a brand new design. It ships flat, and when you build up the base and when you engage it, the whole thing pops up. It holds about 70 pounds of product, and it's really taking off this year, so we're really happy with it.
A web-based and smartphone app from the Alliance for Food and Farming is now available to reassure consumers about produce safety. In late October, the Alliance added the calculator tool to its website, safefruitsandveggies.com. It determines how many daily servings can be consumed without any risk. For example, celery is ranked #1 on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list. The website's calculator concludes that a man could consume almost 140,000 celery servings in a day with no ill effects. Consumers can download the app or use it on the site and customize options for a man, woman, teenager, or child.
South Africa's summer citrus season has just wrapped up with a nearly 24% increase in shipments over 2009. The Western Cape Citrus Producers Forum says 41,000 tons of citrus, including clementines, navels, midnight oranges, and grapefruit, shipped to the U.S. from May through October. 2010 marked the first year of South African grapefruit shipments to the U.S. The South African shippers adjusted the supply chain in 2010. Smaller reefer vessels carried the fruit to the U.S. While smaller, these vessels brought fruit to the market every 10 days. In previous seasons, larger ships would arrive only every 2 weeks.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials say reconstruction of the Nogales, Arizona port of entry is on schedule. A year ago, ground was broken for the $210 million project, and the first of 4 phases is nearing completion. CBP Agriculture Program Manager Tracy Encinas describes some of the work that's being done.
Currently, we're in Phase 1 of the Mariposa Port of Entry redesign. Phase 1 basically entails filling in the canyons that surround the current footprint of the site. We're laying utilities right now for the final project, putting in some concrete. We're at the tail end of Phase 1. Phase 2 should begin very shortly, and we are currently running on time, and it looks like the project will continue to run on time. The GSA and the construction companies and the design company have been really good at keeping this to current deadlines. And I think we're anticipating a much improved and much more efficient site come 2014.
Local shippers and truck drivers will be glad to know officials don't expect many traffic delays during the construction. In fact, the number of truck lanes should double to 8 long before the project is completed.
Our next story comes from the Packers' Andy Nelson. He gives us a detailed outlook for Peruvian onions, including supply, quality, and price.
Importers of Peruvian onions expect ample supplies of high-quality product heading into the holidays. Sweet Onion Trading Company and other importers encourage Peruvian exporters to rein in shipments in mid-October to keep markets from slumping, President Barry Rogers tells me. Markets were likely to bottom out in late October and early November at about $15 per carton, Rogers says, before rising again with Thanksgiving demand. Holiday markets would likely top out in the low 20s, he said. John Schumann of Schumann Produce tells me he expects the good quality, peak volumes, and steady demand of late October to continue for weeks. Schumann expects late October prices in the low 20s to stay fairly steady heading into the holidays. For the Packer TV, this is Markets Editor Andy Nelson.
With PMA all wrapped up, Fred Wilkinson takes a look at the road ahead after Fresh Summit in this opinion segment.
Another PMA Fresh Summit convention is in the rearview mirror. It's time to look forward. Here's a few thoughts about the industry's signature event and the industry's road ahead. Fresh Summit is looking pretty healthy, drawing the most exhibitors ever, matched by the most buyers ever. New or redesigned products were prevalent. Companies are coming out of the shell they retreated into 2 years ago when the economy went bad. Attendees' general mood about the business climate was less gloomy than in the past 2 years at the Expo. It's a shame, however, that 2010 marks Fresh Summit's departure from Florida for at least the next several years. This is Fred Wilkinson for the Packer Editorial Board.
Thanks, Fred. Now, why not let us know your thoughts on PMA's Fresh Summit by commenting below this player.
And we'll see you next week with even more great industry news and views.
Take care.